So unfortunately yesterday, while it felt like we had a lot of hiking hours, Jen was dragging. She started feeling nauseous at the end of the day, so we were going a little bit slower. So we only made 24 miles, which is good mileage, but it felt like having left earlier, we should have done more. You know, it's one thing when you leave later, hike later, and then magically get like 27, 28 miles. But anyway, today we are mostly on roads. It looks like the river to river is actually going to be tomorrow, not today. Jen is really looking forward to it. I am still kind of like, let's enjoy the roads while we have them. You know, no ticks, spider webs. I emailed the coordinator for the ADT Society in Southern Indiana. Turns out he is also the president of the Rivers to Rivers Association, and he said things like overgrown, difficult to navigate. So we'll see, but it's okay, because after that we get on the Katy Trail in the next state, and that's supposed to be nice. This was a nice and remote camp. Unfortunately, there are a fair amount of mosquitoes since that's kind of like a flooded mud plain. We did put the rainfly on last night because I could see a front off to the north. It looks like St. Louis had some rain hit it, but nothing got down to us, unfortunately. It does look like the humidity is going to be up, so yay, 90 degrees and humid. The hardest part was finding a break through the thick vegetation, because some of this is that thorny vine that drives me nuts. This is why I thought there might be planting operations out here in the morning. The farmers start early. And it is a sticky, sticky morning out here, despite still being before 7. Unfortunately, we didn't get out quite as early as we'd hoped. I'm like, Jen, come on, have to go. But she's just like playing on her phone and editing videos. And unfortunately, we are back on this for a little longer. There's some minor town ahead, and then I think we are off in more remote areas. Also, unfortunately, my shoes are feeling a little thin. We still have another week and change until the new pair. But when I'm on the gravel like this, I can kind of feel every rock. So we tend to walk on the pavement when we can, and then when cars get close, we go off. Same reason I'm not walking on the grass. I mean, you see how uneven that is. It's not that it hurts my feet, but it's slower, it takes more energy, and I find I'm a lot more likely to stumble. And stumbles are what lead to injuries out here, either torquing my ankle or skinning a knee or something. Unfortunately, it is noticeably more humid this morning. I'm already feeling soggy. The higher temperatures the last couple of days weren't the most pleasant, but I'll take a bit higher temperatures and lower humidity over a bit lower temperatures and higher humidity. Unfortunately, I think we have a little bit higher temperatures and higher humidity, so yay us! Assume Jen's going yay. I ended up getting the USB-C AirPods with the excuse that, well, then I could give Jen my old ones, and she has come to appreciate it on this trip. Because the traffic noise, these don't deaden them out completely, like we can still hear enough if somebody is yelling over at us or something. It makes it so much more survivable out here. I was wondering why there were so many tire tracks in the dirt. Oh man. He was really good about getting over, other than the car was behind him and cut him off. So we're about to turn into New Haven here, which I keep calling New Harmony, because yesterday while we were looking at that bridge, Google kept trying to route us further north to New Harmony, which then we saw something listed on the map called a healing palindrome. We're like, that's weird, and always liking weird things on the map. We looked, and it's some kooky art emplacement where this guy took over a hillside, put a whole bunch of oddly shaped stones in the ground with some rambling story about 2 different races of aquatic people. If you go down the rabbit hole, he claims to have put emplacements in a whole bunch of different countries, which we figure he just smuggled things in and then planted them. Of course, the guy is based in LA. There's not much about this other than some art museum has a thing on him. Most of the words are impronounceable, and if you go further down the rabbit hole, you can find some lady in a weird fish costume half out of a river claiming to be one of his aquatic people. Local color, but sadly, no healing palindrome for us. So apparently Bernie was able to fill up water here, so we are filling up a bit early. since we know it's going to be hot again. I decided to give Jen a running start since she's been lagging behind me a bit. She also just can't bloody wait to get off this highway. She's not quite as adapted to it as I am, I guess. So Shawneetown on that sign there is our next resupply. And a slight bit quieter. A scenic byway, yet more corn. I'm going to be dreaming about corn for months. Ohio River Scenic Byway, featuring corn, soybeans, and trucks. I did share with Jen the secret of making it through these long, boring sections, at least for the moment, listening to those Undying Mercenary books by B.V. Larson. This is not the worst development in the world. I've been sending all the churches to Hiking America because usually a safe bet to take a break. I mean, I've rarely had anybody object to me sitting in their driveway either, but it's just hard to get off the road some places. So before, I know I said I wanted to be named Zebulon, but I have a new favorite name. Wilhelmina Westelfalanger. And here we go again. And Blondie is turning into a pro at retrieving water from the locals. So Jen and I have always had a thing where we will meet up along the way because we hike at different speeds and it can be annoying to try and just hike at the other person's speed all the time. Here, because it's hot and I don't want to get too far ahead because I hike a little faster than her, I'm basically going to have her go up ahead, and then in another 5 or 10 minutes, maybe a little more, I'll take off at my pace and I'll eventually pass her. Especially after yesterday, she was nauseous and not doing well at the end of the day. I just don't want to get too far ahead. I'm worried about her having issues sitting in the shade somewhere, and I'm just happily hiking along going, where'd Blondie go? Woohoo! Road closed. Less assholes on motorcycles. It is bloody hot out here. And even better, biting gnats and biting flies. We are currently huddled in the shade trying to make plans around the river to river and trying not to overheat, which is difficult. Nothing like getting charged by ferocious wiener dogs. I'm convinced it's an evil wiener dog because it knew that we were going to have to collapse our umbrellas to like fend it off.
I was actually a little scared by that one. It was moving so fast and snarling at us.
We had one back there. It was like, I don't know what type of dog, but it was just kind of alerting and running out, and all of a sudden it snarled and charged. So we're always cautious. And welcome to Shawneetown, home of one epically bad motel, 2 restaurants apparently, and a lot of very, very aggressive little wiener dogs that Jen is somewhere in between in love and afraid of. Also, it's like 93 degrees. So the only reason we're not hiding in a bush right now is because we thought we might be able to get inside and get something cold to drink. Miss Jen here, the mistress of observation, just said that it's still really, really hot. And yes, it is. Also, that pizza place really liked her and did not care for me. So it's just like the rest of my YouTube channel.
They liked you too.
Hey.
But what can I say? It's easier to be a girl.
Hey, unless you're on your period and bears eat you. It may look like we're just shopping at Jolly General. In actuality, we are resupplying and uploading videos simultaneously. 6 o'clock, our packs are heavy. We have 2 days and change of food because we don't know how the river to river is going to go. We're getting mixed information. We have almost a gallon of water on our back. It is at least a little cooler for the moment. And we're going to try and hike for a few more hours. Good news, Blondie. I'm pretty sure the next couple of hours are going to be a huge surprise. I think we're going to see some pavement. I think we might even see some corn. I know, super excited.
We're
She loves
almost
corn.
there. We're almost to the trail.
I'm going to laugh if River to River Trail is all cornfields, like it's just a track through cornfields. So we think we have 14 glorious miles of corn until we get to the River to River, at which point I am hoping for like 90 some miles of corn because, ooh, look, rainbow. There's your rainbow again. Corn rainbow. Goldenite, we have a couple of spots up ahead that I've scoped out that look promising for stealth camping. Again, I'm just going on Google Maps, trying to find areas that are wooded that are away from houses, mostly wanting to make sure that there's no line of sight on houses so they don't start inspecting when we disappear off. Or we just go sleep in the corn. It's now taller than you. So as you can see, we have thunderheads in the area, but no rain for us and no electrical show, at least yet. We are both kind of dragging. The heat took a lot out of us. But we're trying to make a couple more miles because I found a place that looks promising as far as finding a stealth camp for the night. And we are currently trying to find something. Unfortunately, a lot of this is a bloody jungle. Unfortunately, we passed up a marginal spot and then we're not finding anything. We just had an encounter with some guy that belonged to that farm back there. Tried to talk him into a campsite, but he wasn't having it. Told him what we were doing. We did get a little bit of an earful about how this area is full of crooks and thieves. And there's some area around here with like 7,000 bikers and they have murders. I was not sure where he was saying relative to where we are. Okay, we came up a dirt road. We found something. Hopefully all them crooks and murderers will not be out here looking for us, or the farmers.
And after a very long day, Matt found us a great camp up a little used road up the hill, and we're tucked in for the night. Tomorrow, this time for real, we will be getting to the River to River Trail, which means, among other things, camping will be low stress, abundant, and really give the freedom of hiking that really appeals to me. So
there better be corn.
looking forward to that. Home sweet home for the night.